In this lesson we're going to focus on medians, altitudes and perpendicular bisectors. It's the most important part of the straight line, as most exam questions focus around this area. Now the first thing you have to do is understand what each of them are. A median is a straight line going from one vertex or corner point directly across, meeting the opposite side in the middle. This can be remembered quite easily from the fact that the median of a data set is a number in the middle. The altitude of a triangle is a line going from a vertex or a corner point meeting the opposite side at right angles. I always think of altitude as high points, so when I think about a line, I think about it going straight up from one of the sides, as this will get to the peak, if you like. We're going straight up. And finally, the perpendicular bisector. Well, perpendicular means at right angles, and bisector means to bisect, which means cut through the middle. So any side of the triangle can have a perpendicular bisector, as can have a median or an altitude. But a perpendicular bisector splits the line right through the middle, or the side right through the middle, and it meets it at right angles. Now, to find the equation of all these lines, which is what you're mostly asked for, you need two things. You need the gradient and a point on the line. The point has to be on the line, or the line must pass through that point. And then you use y take b equals mx take a in every single one. So let's look at the first example. We're going to focus on medians. So here we have a definition. A median of a triangle is a line through the vertex and the midpoint of the opposite side. Again, I've highlighted the fact that this is a middle number in statistics, the median. So the question says BM is a median of triangle ABC. The question says triangle ABC has vertices 4, -9, 10, 2 and 4, -4. Find the equation of the median from A. Now this is not this diagram up here, it's a separate one. We don't have a diagram here. You often are in exam questions, but if you don't have one, make sure you draw one. I'll sketch this out quickly. There we have the median from A, so it's coming out of A and it's meeting the opposite side CB in the middle. So first step, find the midpoint. So we have to find the midpoint between C and B. The reason we want to find the midpoint is because I want the gradient of this line. I'm thinking about what my endpoint is. I need a gradient and a point to do my y take b equals mx take a. I already have a point here, so I can use that, but I can't get the gradient of this line. The only way to work it out is to get the midpoint and use my delta y over delta x with this part. So the midpoint formula is just add your x's and half them, and add your y's and half them. So we'll do that here. So we'll state midpoint is 10 plus 4 over 2 and 2 plus -4 over 2. Work that out and you get 7, -1. 14 divided by 2 and -2 divided by 2. Now that I've got that point there, I'm going to use my delta y over delta x to do the gradient of AM, and I'm going to write down next to that what points I'm using. I'm using this point and the midpoint. So just so as I don't get confused, I'm writing that down. So delta y over delta x, notice I'm saying gradient of AM because that's what I'm calculating, the gradient of AM. Try and structure your working. And do the y's, take away the y's, and the x's, take away the x's in the bottom. So -1 take away -9, and 7 take away 4. So this becomes a plus, so that will be 8, and in the bottom we have 7 take away 4, which gives you 3. So I now have the gradient of this line, and I have 2 points on it. I usually use the point that's been given in the question when I'm doing my y take b, so I'm going to use the 4, -9. So find the equation of the median using either point. I'm going to use the point being given, so 8 over 3 and the point 4, -9. So y take b equals mx take a. Sub in your a and your b. This is your b here, and this is your a. So y plus 9, because it's going to be subtract negative 9, equals 8 over 3 x take away 4. Now, when you've got a fraction like this in the front, don't multiply it through the bracket. Multiply both sides by 3, the number in the bottom of the fraction. So we have to multiply the y by 3 to get 3y. We have to multiply the 9 by 3 to get 27. And we multiply this by 3 to get 8 multiplied by x minus 4. Multiply out the bracket, you get ax minus 32, and finish it off by subtracting 27. So the equation of the line is 3y equals 8x subtract 59.